You're not broke, you're unfocused. There's a lie most people believe their entire lives, a lie that keeps them small, a lie that keeps them poor, a lie that whispers you're not enough. But the truth? You're not broke because you're unlucky. You're not stuck because you're unworthy. You're not falling behind because the world is against you. You're broke because you're unfocused. You're scattered. You're split in too many directions, chasing 10 things, committed to none. And the world does not reward scattered energy, it rewards clarity. This is the painful truth. We live in the most opportunity-rich time in human history, and most people are drowning in distraction. Not because they don't have talent, not because they don't have time, but because their attention has been hijacked by opinions, by notifications, by short-term dopamine, by other people's dreams. They're busy, but not effective. They're moving, but not toward anything. Their life looks like effort, but it feels like confusion. And confusion is the most expensive state of mind. Because while you hesitate, someone else executes. While you scroll, someone else studies. While you binge, someone else builds. You're not broke because you lack ideas. You've had 100. You're not broke because you're not smart. You've had insights that could have changed your life. You're broke because you never locked in. You never said, this is it. This is the mountain I'm climbing. I don't care how long it takes. I'm not leaving until I own the view from the top. Because when you do lock in, when you go all in, your life bends to your will. The universe doesn't respond to half-hearted interest. It responds to unwavering intention. An intention looks like focus. Focus is the currency of mastery. Focus is the engine of wealth. Focus is the rarest commodity in a world of noise. You want to change your income? Don't chase 10 side hustles, master one. You want to change your body? Don't try 6 programs, show up for one every day without fail. You want to build your legacy? Don't try to be liked by everyone. Become respected by the right ones. You are not lacking power. You are leaking it. Every distraction you entertain is a tax on your destiny. Every notification you check is a vote for mediocrity. Every time you delay your calling, you build someone else's dream instead. You were not born to live paycheck to paycheck. You were not born to live stressed, anxious, or waiting for someday. You were born to lead, to build, to create. But you must train your mind like a weapon. Because the war is internal and the enemy is subtle. It's the voice that says, you'll do it tomorrow. You need more research. You should play it safe. That voice? That's mediocrity dressed up as logic. And it will steal everything from you if you let it. You don't need more time. You need more direction. You don't need more motivation. You need more discipline. Discipline is the gatekeeper of your next level. It's what takes a vision and turns it into income. It's what takes a dream and sculpts it into something real. Discipline is saying no when average says yes. Discipline is showing up when comfort says rest. Discipline is choosing purpose over pleasure over and over again until results show up. And they will show up. Because the world always moves for the person who refuses to move backward. But you have to stop flirting with your goals and start marrying your mission. No more dating ideas. No more toying with potential. No more chasing instant gratification. You must commit. That means waking up with a clear target. That means guarding your attention like a king guards his kingdom. That means eliminating everything that doesn't serve your outcome, ruthlessly. This is the part that no one talks about. Focus is painful. Because it demands you choose. And choosing one thing means saying no to 1,000 others. But indecision is a luxury the broke can't afford. If you want your life to change, you need to decide what matters most and act like it. The successful aren't smarter than you. They're not luckier than you. They're just more locked in. While you were comparing yourself, they were building. While you were doubting yourself, they were executing. While you were waiting to feel ready, they started anyway. That's what separates those who have from those who hope. You think success is some magical formula? No, success is simple. It's decision, backed by obsession, followed by discipline, executed with focus, sustained with patience, and refined through time. But here's the challenge. Most people are allergic to consistency. They want fast results with half the effort. They want freedom without structure. They want success without sacrifice. But life doesn't work that way. You want to be free? Earn it. You want time freedom? Master a skill so valuable the market can't ignore you. You want financial freedom? Solve a problem, serve the world, and be relentless about it. And that begins with one thing. Focus. Laser focus. Because once you decide what you want and you eliminate everything else, you become dangerous. You stop explaining yourself. You stop playing small. You stop apologizing for wanting more. And the world can feel it. Your energy shifts, your standards rise, your boundaries strengthen. You stop negotiating with fear. You stop compromising your vision. You stop living like your dreams are optional. You stop being broke because you stop being scattered. Understand this. Being rich isn't just about money. It's about ownership. Owning your time, owning your mind, owning your output, owning your identity. And you can't own any of that while living distracted. You can't build empires while chasing every shiny object. You can't unlock potential while pleasing everyone around you. You must lock in. That means turning your phone off. That means turning your excuses off. That means turning your old self off. Because the version of you that's broke, that version has to die. The version that procrastinates, that scrolls, that talks more than it executes. That version must be buried so your real self can rise. The self that honors their time. The self that builds regardless of how they feel. It's not waiting to be found. It's waiting to be unleashed. And you unleash it not with hype, but with habits. Habits that say, I do what needs to be done every day without debate. Habits that say my goals are more important than my moods. Habits that say I am no longer a victim of distraction. I am a master of focus. This is the edge that separates winners from wishers. Not talent, not luck, not connections. Just the ruthless ability to stay focused longer than everyone else. You're not broke, you're unfocused. Most people don't need another opportunity. They need a mirror. They need to see where their time is bleeding out. They need to see where their energy is leaking. You don't need 10x more hustle. You need 10x more intention. Intention over impulse. Deliberate creation over distracted consumption. Because here's what no one tells you. Every time you check your phone instead of working, every time you say yes to a distraction instead of your destiny, you're making a withdrawal from your future. Focus is a bank. And you're either making deposits or robbing yourself blind. The people who win, they understand this. They don't waste mornings, they don't scroll through life, they don't drown in comparison. They build walls around their focus like it's a vault, because it is. And inside that vault is the version of you that wins. But here's the truth. Focus without vision is still a trap. You can be wildly focused on the wrong thing. You can burn years climbing a ladder that's leaning on the wrong wall. So before you sprint, step back. Ask yourself the most important question of all. What do I truly want? Not what you think sounds impressive. Not what your parents expect. Not what society applauds. What burns in your soul? What would you fight for even if it cost you comfort? What would you build even if no one clapped? What wakes you up at night because the thought of dying without it makes your stomach twist? That is your vision. And everything else is noise. Clarity is not a bonus, it's the foundation. A blurry vision leads to wasted years. A clear vision leads to legacy. You don't drift into greatness. You decide your way there. And once you decide, you commit. You stop chasing. You stop trying. You become. Become the type of person who finishes what they start. Become the one who holds the line when it gets hard. Become the exception. This world is full of half-finished dreams, half-written books, half-hearted efforts. You don't need more ideas, you need conviction. And conviction is born in silence. When the room is quiet, when the crowd disappears, when it's just you, your work, and the truth, that's where the fire is born. Not in the noise, not in the trends, not in the applause, but in the decision to never go back. Burn the bridges, delete the distractions, draw a line in the sand and say, from this moment forward, I operate different. And when the storms come, and they will, you don't fold, you lean in, you adapt, you grow tougher than the trial, because the trial is not here to break you, it's here to build you. This is where resilience is forged, in the days when nothing is working, when the numbers aren't growing, when the breakthrough still feels 100 miles away. That's the filter, that's the test. Not to see if you can succeed when it's easy, but to see if you'll still show up when it's not. Because life is always watching, and the ones who win are the ones who stay faithful when it's inconvenient. They honor their calling when it's uncomfortable. They plant seeds even when the soil looks barren. And suddenly, harvest. Suddenly, things click. People call, doors open, and outsiders call it luck. But you know the truth. It was the invisible work, the quiet sacrifice, the relentless focus no one ever saw. You stayed in the gym when everyone else went home. You studied when others scrolled. You built when others doubted. But there's one more key. The final edge. Environment. You can't stay focused in a toxic room. You can't grow in a circle that celebrates comfort. You can't rise while surrounded by people who live to stay small. So change your environment. Change your inputs. Upgrade your atmosphere. Start listening to people who challenge your limits. Start speaking with people who make you dream bigger. Start walking with people who treat focus like religion. Because you become what you surround yourself with. Your mind is not just a magnet, it's a mirror. It reflects whatever it's exposed to long enough. Feed it fear, it creates excuses. Feed it vision, it creates momentum. Feed it doubt, it creates hesitation. Feed it clarity, it creates wealth. And wealth isn't just money. Wealth is freedom. Wealth is time. Wealth is peace. Wealth is impact. And all of that begins with focus. So if you're tired of being broke, stop chasing shortcuts. Start building structure. If you're tired of feeling behind, stop consuming. Start creating. If you're tired of waiting, stop hoping. Start moving. Not in 1,000 directions. In one mission, one path, one obsession. Until you own it, until it's real. Until your bank account, your relationships, your life, all reflect what happens when a human being goes all in. That's the formula no one teaches, because it's not sexy, it's not fast, but it works. Decide, cut off all other options, and build like hell. Every single day, without excuses, without escape routes, without delay. You're not broke. You're just distracted. You're not stuck. You're just unfocused. And now you know the truth. So what will you do with it? Will you close this and forget? Or will you draw your line in the sand right now? Because nothing will change until you do. Not a little, not part-time, but completely. Focus is not a feature of the successful, it's the fuel. And the second you start pouring it into your purpose, your entire life will ignite. So shut the noise, silence the world, forget the timeline, forget the doubt, forget the what-ifs. And remember this forever, the most dangerous man in the room is the one who's focused.